What's up, everybody? Welcome to a Rewind Theater for BioShock Infinite Burial at Sea Part 2. I'm one of your hosts, Greg Miller, alongside the Dark Knight of News, Andrew Goldfarb.
Hi, Greg.
Hey, how are you, buddy?
I'm good. I'm excited about this.
All right, so Burial at Sea. I already played it and beat it. I don't understand why. What's this?
Greg, it's an episodic thing.
What?
This is
2 episodes?
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy. Modern times we live in.
So the big difference for Burial at Sea Part 2 is that we get to play as Elizabeth.
Yep.
We're not Booker this time, for the first time ever in BioShock. But heads up, too, by the way. Spoilers for BioShock Infinite. Way ahead here. If you've never seen any of it, you know what I mean? I don't know why you'd start at the Rewind Theater, but heads up if you just got here by accident, you're hanging out with your cat, you don't know all your YouTubes replaying videos. Anyways.
That cat loves BioShock also.
So, like I said, I beat Burial at Sea Episode 1. Mm-hmm. Enjoyed myself. To me, this looks like we're picking up right after it, right? There's that huge hole in the wall. We're pulling little sister out.
Exactly. I think so.
Is this the over here? That's Dead Booker.
Right. So if you back up, like, right to when we see that vent with the little sister being pulled out.
Go forward, you mean?
Oh yeah.
It's like a
it's like a
twins thing, times relative.
Yeah, this is absolutely right at the end. If you go even a tiny bit more forward, you can see there's those mushrooms in the corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is in the toy store. This is the same place where Burial at Sea Episode 1 ended. So yeah, this is it appears to be the immediate aftermath, although where these dudes came from that are holding Elizabeth down.
Well, they'd have to come through a tear, right? Because we have the dead Comstock / Booker here.
Yeah, so I probably not through a tear. I think these are just the dudes who are part of the Fontaine posse who are kind of in this kind of crazy department store.
Because we're still in Rapture.
Right, exactly. We're still in Rapture, but we're way below, even further down than Rapture. Basically, the idea is that Fontaine is sort of Andrew Ryan's arch nemesis and was presumed dead, and all his cronies were sunk to the bottom of Rapture.
Gotcha.
So, yeah, if you want to go back actually to when we see dead Booker on the ground, who we're assuming is the Booker who was killed immediately at the end of Episode 1 of Burial at Sea.
Right, by the Big Daddy.
By the Big Daddy, exactly. He has white hair. It's at the end of the core game of BioShock Infinite, you find these 2 voxophones in the upper levels, the Hand of the Prophet. And one of them is Lutece talking about how that Comstock, the big bushy beard Comstock that we know, is aging a little faster than the other instances of Comstock have.
Oh, really?
So theoretically, this would be maybe somewhere in between, I guess. This is a Booker who still kind of looks like our Booker, but is kind of going gray because it's been however many years. So I think this is obviously that same Booker that we saw. We'll see another Booker in a minute that appears to be Elizabeth's hallucination.
Well, see, that's a hallucination.
Well, this one's real. The one.
I know that guy's real because he's the one who died at the end of Episode 1. But you're saying guitar playing Booker, who's right there.
Yeah, so I think she's kind of. It seems like because he's giving her advice throughout this, like how to respond to this little interrogation that's going on, and it seems to me that no one's reacting to him. So I would say it's a pretty safe bet that she's kind of envisioning him here. So the most important part of this, I think, is this gentleman right here, this Irish gentleman. Old Blue Pants, they call him.
Ken Levine, always a great character guy. So Old Blue Pants, probably the confirmed name.
This is Atlas. This is
he shrugged, right?
He did shrug. Oh man! All right, well that was a Rewind Theater.
Oh, thanks for keep it locked to IGN.
Yeah, Atlas, of course, is your kind of guide in BioShock 1, over the radio and everything, and of course is really Frank Fontaine, who, as the reveal at the end of BioShock 1, sorry, spoilers for BioShock 1.
Would you kindly?
And of course, talking here about Dr. Suchong, who Elizabeth says can help get Atlas back up to kind of the core part of Rapture. You assume via plasmids and splicing and all that good stuff, because of course Fontaine obsessed with Adam and splicing, as you saw at the end of BioShock 1.
Do you think she can fix it? Can the doctor fix his deformed arms here?
Yeah, you never know.
Elephantitis going on down here. They're back to normal.
Yeah, and they
it's like in Pirates of the Caribbean when the pirates are in
the lobster claw things that Davy Jones's
Well, no, I'm saying when they're the pirates are in the shadows, they're skeletons, but when they're in the daylight, they're fine. So his arms look fine there, but then oh my God, why? Why was I cursed?
That was a deep cut Pirates of the Caribbean reference. Yeah, so Suchong, he says here as he walks away, he's like, say hi to Suchong for me, basically, or that's not what he said, but a cooler version of that, or I haven't forgotten him.
For me.
I haven't forgotten him, I believe is what he says. And of course, Suchong worked for Fontaine Futuristics, so they obviously have a little bit of a relationship there. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean that's really all we know from this. There isn't a ton here. There's obviously just one little scene.
What do we know about this guy? Old Yellow Vest.
He looks a little bit like the shopkeeper in Spelunky, actually.
There you go. Old Yellow Vest. It's a Spelunky tie-in, finally.
You would think there that this could be the opening cutscene, although maybe there will be a tiny thing before this, kind of explaining where these guys came from.
Oh, there has to. I mean, right? Like,
one.
I would feel cheated if the game just opened right up, straight up like this. It's got to be like, yeah, we open with, probably a recap there of old Booker here getting stabbed by the guy, and then there's some kind of explosion, a hit on the head,
right?
Maybe a battle that I lose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you'll get a quick intro to these guys, but obviously this is like surely the first 10 minutes or something, like the beginning. I do think we'll obviously find out more about Booker talking to her, but what I really like is that Atlas kicks her that radio because, we don't know what playing as Elizabeth will be like, and this obviously doesn't really give us much more information on that.
Yeah.
But holding a radio with Atlas on the other end, you get the feeling that it could be a lot more like BioShock 1.
Right.
Because the big thing in Infinite was that having someone with you, having a companion with you, kind of broke that wall, because in BioShock 1, you only ever saw people behind glass from the other side of a window or whatever. So, yeah, I mean, it's really interesting that... Elizabeth's condition here is that Sally has to stay safe. So you don't know if we're going to be carrying Sally, like in that concept art we saw from this, where Elizabeth's holding the little sister. We don't know if Booker will be with her. We don't know if it'll be a radio talking to Atlas or all of those things. So it's kind of cool because this is the first BioShock thing where, honestly, structurally, we don't know until we see the gameplay what it'll actually be like.
It strikes me that, what you're talking about with this hallucination of Booker, that'll be how Booker's in the game, right?
Right.
He'll be there all the time, and this is the Booker, the guitar, I think, gives it away. This is the Booker that helped her, right?
Our Booker, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think so. I think it's...
Is she finally going mad, you think?
It's just about her cracking up. It's just Courtney Draper just laughing and no idea what's going on. Yeah, I think it'll be cool. I don't know. We still know very, very little about what actual gameplay with Elizabeth will be like. They told us last year that it
won't just be Booker
in a dress is what they said, exactly. And instead of plasmids or whatever, she'll theoretically have tears she can use. So it'll be cool. I'm really excited to see more.
All right. Do we know when we'll see more?
We don't have an exact date yet. They have said in the past it'll be before the end of March, was what they said last year. So before March 31st. So yeah, within, I guess, a couple months here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, for everything about BioShock Infinite, Barry, let's see episode 2 and cool video games in general. Keep it here on IGN. There's the concept art you're talking about.
Ooh.
When you said that, I should have gone to that probably.
No, that's okay.
Look at that. It doesn't even look like a real kid. It looks like a teddy bear.
Yeah.
I'd use her as a bulletproof vest.
I love that image so much.